Washington on STSPN.com. We bring you women's football tonight featuring the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades and the Everett Rain right here at the home of the Rain, Everett Memorial Stadium. I'm Mark Aucutt along with Luke Winsor, Debbie Larson on statistics, and our broadcast coordinator is Todd Elvig is coming into this game tonight. We've got a couple of teams that are battling to stay out of the basement and keep picking up some victories. Southern Oregon Lady Renegades come in at 2-5. They came off with a 28-18 victory over Everett earlier this season. Everett is 1-5. They defeated the Tacoma Trauma last week for their first victory of the season, and that was a final score of 31-14 at Tacoma. They're getting set to kick off here, and Luke, let's get ready for some football as we have 4 15-minute quarters with the women's football here at Everett Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, Mark, great to be here. Happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. For Everett, they're coming off their first win of the season, so I think it's very important for them to continue to build on that success, not get happy with themselves, but let that win kind of add to their hunger to get more.
They want to get up into that upper part of the division. They can do that with a couple of victories, and they will be playing next week as well. There's the kickoff, and we are underway as it's going to be taken at the 22-yard line by one of the deep men back there for Everett, and that is Brooklyn Holton. Holton breaks up to the 50-yard line, to the 45-40, to the 35-30, getting past tacklers and finally wrestled out of bounds, taken down at the 21-yard line. A great return that time as she brought it back opposite side of the field from where she started and just kept finding a hole and getting the job done. Do you see a flag? I see a flag down there, yep.
So that could be, looks like a block in the back.
We got block in the back on the receiving team. We're going to go back 10 yards, first down.
Well, it only takes them back 10 yards. That's not bad if that's where they're going to put it, or are they going to put it further than what they indicated there, because she got to the 21-yard line. And so we'll see where they set the football down. Let me get you the officials for this game. Referee is David Sather. Umpire, Omar Cordall. Also, the linesman is Brian Clute. Lines judge is Scott Pattison. And the back judge is James Leach. So they're going to move it back to the 42-yard line. That's actually about 21 yards from where she got to, but I think they're going to put it from where the hit was, wouldn't you say?
10 yards from the spot of the
fall. Yeah. So that's going to be at the 42, 1st and 10. At quarterback is Michelle Walsh for Everett in the shotgun, as there's a player in motion right there, and the handoff goes to Nikki Pelham, and Pelham's going to be taken down. Big tackle right there, Luke.
Yeah, they try to fly sweep to Pelham and fake a dive to Onstad, but the defensive end for Southern Oregon was able to break through the line, get tackle for loss, sets up a 2nd and 13.
So the tackle that time by Mitch Fawagali. Loss of 3 yards on the play, and it will bring up 2nd down and 23 yards to go. Or make that 13 yards to go from the 45.
Still, even with the penalty, they have great field position, so you want to be able to take advantage of it early on in this game.
Running room out to the left side. There's a receiver out left for Everett. That's Noor Al-Tamimi. And a fumble at the line of scrimmage. Getting on top of it is the quarterback, Michelle Walsh, and is going to end up losing a yard on the play. Now that'll bring up 3rd down and 14 from the 46-yard line.
I think there's some miscommunication on the snap count there because it didn't look like Walsh was ready to get the snap. So she did the smart thing, though, just recognized it as a fumble, fell on it, mitigated any losses they might have had.
Southern Oregon season wraps up tonight for the regular season, so they'd like to try to finish up 3-5 and get Everett a couple of times, but Everett, on the other hand, would like to even the season series at a game apiece, and they have one more game left. That is next Saturday right here against the Tacoma Trauma, as they'll try to get 2 wins in a row over them. But right now, Michelle Walsh trying to get them further deeper into Southern Oregon territory. Hands off, and over on the left side, carrying the football is Nikki Pelham. Pelham's going to be grabbed and taken back, and there's a penalty flag on the play.
Who knows what that flag could have been? It could be maybe a face mask or a hold. Just depends on what the referee saw. He's the one who threw the flag.
So we just had the penalty a little while ago on the return. That took it back 10 yards from the point of contact. It's going to be a face mask against the Renegades. The Lady Gades, as they like to call them. They're from Medford, Oregon. Play at one of the high schools down there in Medford, not too far from the California border. You say you lived down there for a while.
Briefly, well, I lived in Medford for a little while and also Ashland, Oregon, while my parents were
Okay, we
moving
got
around.
personal foul, face mask on the defense. The result's going to be a first down.
So they pick up their first down of the game. That's a big break.
Big break
for Everett.
Because they had the good kick return, but the penalty on that brought him back, and then the tackle for a loss, a fumbled snap. So Everett was really going backwards. So this penalty really kind of, gives them a clean slate again on this drive.
Gives them a 15-yard pickup on that one right there to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Reign as they come up in their black uniforms and the green helmets. Kind of resemble the Jackson Timberwolves, don't they, a little bit with that color scheme out here? And
yep.
Jackson High School calls this home as do Everett High School and Cascade High School. Good-sized facility, Everett Memorial Stadium. Give is to Pelham. Pelham trying to find running room on the right side. Gets a little bit of a break there and is brought down at the, looks like about the 27-yard line. She picks up close to 4 yards on the play.
She broke a tackle right around the line of scrimmage. A good second effort by her not to go down when the first defender got there. He was able to pick up those extra yards after contact. And good running backs, they're always keeping their feet moving on contact. So the more and you can tell that by the yards after contact stat.
They're going to mark it just up from the 27-yard line. They'll give her a gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a long 6 for the Everett Reign to try to get that first down. Everett comes in tied with Tacoma at 1-5 this season. Here at home, they're 0-2, so they're looking for that first victory at home. Teams in this division play an 8-game season, face each other once. Wideouts on each, twice. Wideouts on each side. Backs in the I formation, and the handoff is given. And over on the left side, Everett's going to get, looks like around the 20-yard line.
That's enough for the first down.
They got the first down.
Just a simple fullback dive, but at the point of attack, there was nothing there, so the fullback just bounced to the outside, was able to get the yards she needed to move the sticks. Nice bit of individual effort on her part.
Yeah, that time for the Everett Reign, carrying the football was Nikki Pelham. Got 7 yards on the play. That makes it their second first down of the game for the Everett Reign, as we now have the Reign at their 20-yard line. 1st and 10, running room out to the right side. Fake on the handoff. Keeping the football is Walsh. Goes to the air and overthrows the intended receiver down there. That's Amelia Carr out of Western Washington University, 5'7", 150. She needed about maybe 6 feet on that one to get up to that ball. But it'll go as 2nd down and 10 on the incompletion.
Well, Walsh did have some pressure in her face on that throw, which forced the high pass. So good job of the Southern Oregon defensive end on that play to put pressure on Walsh and force the incompletion.
10:54 left in the first quarter. No score. Getting underway here at Everett Memorial Stadium and fighting off some drizzles, light rain. Appreciate the fans braving their way out here to support women's football and the Women's Football Association. Second down and 10 yards to go from the 20-yard line. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. And it looks like they're going to go with a little switcheroo right. No, they're going to have Walsh take the snap right here. I thought maybe they'd cut through, and then coming through, not getting the handoff was Pelham, but they're going to go straight ahead with the run there, Luke.
Yeah, they faked it. This time they faked the fly sweep to Pelham and give it to the fullback on it. Tried an inside zone, but the Southern Oregon defensive line does a great job stuffing the middle and really get to little to no gain.
So the Women's Football Alliance with multiple divisions, as we talked about last time, and in this particular division, it's the Pacific Region, American Conference, Pacific North Division. That covers about everything, doesn't it?
Can they be more specific?
It gives us pretty much the exact location. American Conference, Pacific Region, Pacific North Division of the Women's Football Alliance. And now 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Ball's at the 19-yard line. Movement on the defensive side. Walsh will pitch it back, getting the football this time. Now, you know what? I don't see that number on our – oh, there it is, Forrest Larson. Forrest Larson carrying the football. She was activated this time. And so that's going to be a pickup of, looks like 5 yards, Luke, which will bring up 4th down and 4.
4th and 4, and
you see on the replay here how that worked out.
and there's a penalty on Southern Oregon and offsides. So because it was 3rd and 5, 3rd and 9, and they didn't get the first down, I would take the penalty and make it a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, the official's going to give us an indication here. He's got his mic on. And the 5 yards will bring it back. Oh, they're going to mark it off from that spot.
From the line of scrimmage.
Should be the 19-yard line.
All right, we got defense. We're going to go 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
All right, so they'll repeat 3rd down. That's 2 penalties now for 20 yards for Southern Oregon. 9:50 to go in the first quarter. No score. Everett lining up, trying to make it happen. 3rd down, 4 yards to go at the 14-yard line. Mark Aucutt with Luke Winsor here on STSPN.com. Running room out to the far side to the right. Walsh takes the snap, fumbles it after the fake handoff, and is eventually going to get it back. The handoff fake that time was to Casey Cornist out of Everett Community College, and maybe they should have just given it to her, but there's just like some miscommunication on that, Luke.
Exactly right. I think there was some miscommunication on who's supposed to get the ball. And also, it is a bit of a hard drizzle out there right now, so maybe the ball's getting a little slick, and that can affect the ball handling as well.
Good observation. Yeah, you look up and see that it's starting to pick up here. More umbrellas and canopy covers over some fans across the way from us there, but they lost this time of 7 yards, makes it 4th and 11. 8:50 to go in the first quarter. Lots of football to go here on STSPN.com tonight. Appreciate you following us throughout the year with the Women's Football Alliance. 2 wide on each side. Walsh to take the snap in the shotgun. To her left is Cornist. Plays linebacker, too, on defense. Pass across the middle. Oh, wide open was Pelham, but they just could not connect on that play.
Pelham was open, and Walsh even threw her to an open spot of the field. Pelham just could not get to the ball in time. She catches that. She has more than enough for the first down. She had some running room. Probably could have even gotten inside the 5 at least.
So just taking a look at some numbers on that drive, Everett coming up with 2 first downs, and they were 1 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, 0 for 1 on 4th down conversions. We'll try to keep you on top of the statistical look at this game as much as we possibly can. At halftime, we'll run down the yardage, completions, that type of thing for you. Well, now we get to see the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades out of Medford, Oregon, get started here from their own 21-yard line. Brittany Livingston Rice is their quarterback, wearing number 8 on her uniform. Back's split right next to her there. Handoff, that looks good. Right up the middle towards the right side is Amanda Brewster with the carry. Takes the ball right about to the 30-yard line. She's going to be pinned down right there, and that's a gain of 9 yards for Brewster. There is another flag. We're seeing a lot of laundry out on the field. Yeah, across the way there, over by between the 19 and 20-yard line, way across from us. And we have a
offense.
I think they're going to be
called an illegal
formation.
Down.
Illegal formation called against the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades, so that's going to move them back 5 yards.
And both officials on each side threw the flag, so that it was pretty obvious if 2 of them saw it.
So 3 penalties early on here with 8:21 left to go in the first quarter for a total of 25 yards. Takes it back to the 16-yard line. 1st and 15 for the Lady Renegades. Wideouts on each side. The ball is at the near hash mark to their bench, in fact, as they're over here on the east side of the stadium. So are we, looking straight down at them in their white, red, and black uniform helmet scheme. Play fake. Good-looking play right there. And that's going to go to the left side for a pass completion. They made that work. And it looks like it's going to Fernandez. Yeah, Jenny Fernandez, wide receiver. She ran a nice pattern.
Nice little slant right there. They faked the lead, then hit Fernandez on a slant. The corner on that side had some off coverage, which gave Fernandez plenty of room to operate and get open.
So they were going from the 14-yard line to get it up to the 28-yard line. 2nd down, 3 yards to go. Or it was the 16-yard line. So now just a little bit further to go, and they get that first down. 7:14 to go in the first quarter. Southern Oregon with the ball for the first time, and another penalty flag right at the start there, Luke.
False start on the left tackle this time, moved a little early.
Wow. They are hurting themselves. Now 4 penalties for 30 yards already, still just in the first quarter. But it's just been some timing. You know, another thing, too, to mention is that not all of their players were able to get up here. There's some players that aren't out there, although they got quite a few on the sideline, but not all of them were able to get up here. And, you know, wonder if there's just some timing and communication issues trying to get set.
There could be some players who aren't maybe playing out of position or aren't used to playing much at all. So, yeah, that's definitely an issue.
Ball between the hash marks. Snap coming up. Brittany Livingston-Rice. They do like to go to the air a fair amount of the time. Handoff, that's going to be a good carry right there. That's a load to bring down. Brings up now 3rd down and 8. I was trying to get the number on that.
17, I think.
17. So that, yeah, definitely. That is Mitch Faugale.
The fullback who gets the ball this time on a
no gain, though. That's the thing. It's 3rd and 3 still. Looked like she might have got something on there, but she just got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, I think she made up the penalty yards.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So she got the 5 yards on that. It was 2nd and 8 after the penalty. Pass is complete. Across the middle, making the catch right there, will be Devin Walker. Walker out to the 42-yard line. She's got enough for the first down. So that's a pickup of 14 yards on the pass play from Brittany Livingston-Rice to Devin Walker.
Nice little concept there where they swing the running back on that side out, gets the outside linebacker on that side out of the way, clears some space for the wide receiver on a slant route. Good route, good throw, good catch. Got the yards they need for the first down.
1st and 10 for the Lady Renegades. Their first down of the game. Ball close to the near hash mark to us. Quarterback right behind center. Man in motion right there. That's going to be Heather Case, and we got a whistle stopping play once again. Penalty flag across the field.
False start, illegal procedure.
We got dead ball. False start on the offense. Repeat first down.
Just keeps adding up. Their 5th penalty of the game, so that's going to move it back 5 yards. It's going to take them a while to get across midfield at this rate. At least they show ways of moving the ball, though.
They've had a couple nice pass plays, but 5 penalties, and I know some coaches who go nuts if their team commits 5 penalties and a half, and this is only the first quarter.
First down, 15 yards to go from the 42-yard line. Now the quarterback, Livingston-Rice, back in the shotgun with backs on each side of her. One wide out on each side. Livingston-Rice, nice pass, goes to the air, and she's got a completion over there. That one is going to be caught over on the far sideline by Jenny Fernandez. What a beautiful-looking play that was. She's definitely got the first down and a whole lot more.
Just a simple go-right by Fernandez. She beats her man in coverage, and then the Rice delivered a nice ball. Fernandez had to come back for it a little bit, but still had plenty of time because she had so much separation. Great play.
26 yards on that play. Livingston-Rice finding Jenny Fernandez, and it's the 2nd first down of the drive and of the game for the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades. Renegades. Here they go to the far hash mark. I formation. Livingston-Rice set right behind the center. Wideouts on each side, running room out to the right. Oh, trouble on the snap. It's loose. Looks like she fell back on it, though. Boy, you know, and that's just, it seems like throughout this drive, they have a really good, solid play, and then they have a momentum killer, you know, where they got to completely reset. Now, in that case, she actually gained a yard. So, but at the same time, you don't want to just keep having broken plays. You got to get a momentum to have 2 or 3 strong plays in a row.
Yeah, and the amazing thing is, again, she gained a yard. How often do you see that on a fumbled snap? But you're right, Mark. They're not really stringing consecutive plays together, and that is hurting momentum.
Again from the shotgun, 3:30 left, first quarter, no score. Southern Oregon and Everett. Getting the handoff will be Amanda Brewster to the 28-yard line, so a pickup of 3 yards will bring up 3rd down. They are moving the ball. Yeah, it looks like 6 yards to go.
And they tried to run a lead play that time to Brewster, and she really didn't see much because normally on a lead, you don't want your running back to hesitate. You want to just go and hit the hole, but she kind of danced around in the backfield and allowed the Everett defense to converge.
Southern Oregon taking their time coming up. 3rd down and 6 from the 28-yard line. Wide out right is Colbert. She's looking in that direction, too. Also, no, in and out of the hands. Sending down, that was Devin Walker who she goes for. Walker could not make the catch.
And if she makes that catch, I think that's a touchdown because she had plenty of separation, and she would have been inside the 5 at the time of the catch. That's a tough break for Southern Oregon.
And now brings up 4th down. But we saw Everett turn the ball over on downs going the other direction after they had a strong return on the kickoff. They just couldn't seem to burst that glass ceiling, and the same thing could be happening here for Southern Oregon. 2:34 to go in the first quarter.
If I'm Southern Oregon, I'm going to Fernandez again, possibly on a slant.
Yeah. She's got good hands. Looked strong on that play earlier. A couple of plays she's made. Play fake to the air. That's Walker. Walker keeps going. She's got the first down, it looks like, to the 21-yard line. That worked out.
That last little bit of effort is what got it for her.
7-yard pickup on the pass to Devin Walker from Brittany Livingston Rice.
Walker ran a China route there where she goes, fakes a slant route, then breaks back outside. Was able to get some separation from her defender. Makes the catch, but it was short of the marker, so she really had to fight for those extra yards to get the first down.
3rd first down of the drive. Now at the near hash mark, Southern Oregon comes up to the line. At center for Southern Oregon is Teresa Gomez, wearing number 32. And at center, she will snap it to Livingston Rice. Fake on everything right there. Livingston Rice going to hang on to it, may regret that decision. Going to the deck, Brooklyn Holton bringing her down. Big loss on that first down play back to the 30-yard line. That's a loss of 9 yards.
Good job. Good job by Holton. She didn't bite on the play fake. She played outside contain on her side and was able to run right into the Rice, the quarterback, on the bootleg. Big sack for Holton to come from her outside linebacker spot.
Clock moving, 1:24 left to go in the first quarter. No score. Southern Oregon playing on the road here against Everett. Sun breaking out a little bit now across the way from us. And, Luke, it looks like that rain is let up, if not completely stopped. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Livingston Rice in the shotgun. What can they make happen here on 2nd down and 19? Goes to the air. Ooh, a little push off there. Should be a flag. Everybody caught that one. The push that time coming from Naya Thomas of the Everett Rain right before that ball was about to get there, and these guys are going to talk it over. There was 2 penalty flags. We saw the push.
I think both officials throwing it for the same thing. Now, if I'm an Everett coach, I'm arguing uncatchable because the ball was overthrown, which is unfortunate.
That's the other thing about it.
Thomas did not need to push her at all because the ball was so high. But if I'm Coach Russo, I'm screaming uncatchable.
Pass interference, defense. That's a spot foul. We got a first down.
Gives them their 4th first down of this drive and of the game. We'll keep you on top of that. And goes to the 18-yard line on the pass interference. So here they go. They got that first down, and it worked out pretty well for them after the big sack, and now getting this opportunity. 55 seconds left on the clock, first quarter. 2 wideouts on each side. And again, Livingston Rice at quarterback with a running back next to her on the left. Doing some blocking more than anything. That's in the air. Oh, getting one hand on it. Devin Walker. It's knocked out of bounds.
Try to hit Walker on a fader out towards the front pylon of the end zone. Ball's just a little thrown a little bit too high and outside, almost like a pitch that Felix Hernandez may have thrown last night too many times.
Rough night for Felix.
Yeah, he has a few. But yeah, try to hit Walker on the fader out. Just ball wasn't thrown with enough accuracy. Plus, there was 2 defenders in the area, so that would have been a tough catch even if the ball had been thrown inbounds.
That's true. A lot of coverage down there in the end zone. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball's at the 18-yard line, 49 seconds left in the first quarter with no score on STSPN.com. One wide on each side, ball at the near hash mark. From the shotgun, Livingston Rice hands the football off. Nice hole right there. And taking it ahead is Mitch Falagali. Inside the 10-yard line to the 8.
And they ran a lead play with Brewster, the halfback, doing the blocking this time. She does a nice job, and Falagali does a good job getting behind her, reading the block, getting the yard she can. It makes it a very makeable 3rd and 1, less than a yard.
Yeah, less than a yard. It's going to be just inside the 9-yard line. 9 yards on that run right there, a long 9 yards.
And third in this instance, I give it to Falagali again.
That was a really smart call. Let's see if they can make that happen again. Now 10 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. It is about to run out. I think they'll get the playoff, though. Maybe. She's taking some time. 1 second. Now the clock. Yep. It has run out. I was kept looking, and she was taking her time. Why not just wait, talk things over, and go for it on the other end as the teams will switch directions. Why don't we go ahead and take a timeout as we go to the second quarter of play here on STSPN.com. Women's football, no score between the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades out of Medford, Oregon, and your Everett Rain from right here in Everett, Washington. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. We are back live here at Everett Memorial Stadium, home of the Everett Rain. Start the second quarter here on STSPN.com. Mark Aucutt with Luke Winsor. And it is a 3rd and 1 situation for the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades. No score going to the second quarter. Each team with the ball for one possession. In fact, Southern Oregon is on their first possession still. Both teams taking a fair amount of time off the clock.
And so far, I'd say Southern Oregon's already winning the time of possession battle.
Big number 86 across the way for the Everett Rain, and that is Jerry Shai Ramirez. Snap coming up. Play fake. Go over to the left side, and that's going to be a complete. Is she catch it?
Nope, bounce.
Oh, yeah, I thought it looked like she got it, but then as the player was waving it off, so that was intended for Fernandez again. Brings up now 4th and 1. Well, here they go.
Obviously, a play call like that means they're definitely going to go for it on 4th down. I would have just given it to Falagali myself just to get the first, but, again, they might try it here on 4th down.
4th and 1. Ball just inside the 9-yard line. Let's see if Everett can step up, make the stop right here, and get the job done. That'd be a big one for them if they can do it. Rice takes the snap, hands off. There it is, the big player right there once again. Carrying the football will be Mitch Falagali. And I think she's got enough for the first down. She does. Gets it down to the 6-yard line. A pickup of 3 yards, and it's going to be 1st and 10, or 1st and goal for the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades.
Again, they gave it to Falagali on a lead play. She saw some running room to the right, cut back. They'll get more than enough for the first down. And in short yard situations, a back like her, it's tough not to stop. It's tough to stop her on plays like that.
1st and goal from the 6. Again from the shotgun, Livingston Rice. They're trying to punch it in. Definitely a different type of game than what we called here on April 30th with Everett against Portland. This one is a tighter contest so far. Going to the air, tight coverage, and that one's going to be short. Good coverage over there by Nia Thomas of the Everett Rain. on the pass intended on the far left side that time for Fernandez.
Tried to get Fernandez on a fader out. Thomas was right there with her step for step, and she did a good job keeping her hands off of Fernandez, not committing any penalties, getting her one hand up to probably block Fernandez's vision, and the ball needed to be thrown on the outside shoulders, thrown inside, incomplete.
And look, they still haven't put it on the scoreboard yet, so Everett's just got to clamp down on this now with the second down and goal from the 6-yard line. So let's see what they can do.
Never a bad time for a goal line stand.
It was good defense on that last passing play. They've got to be strong on every one of these now. Handoff again. Goes to big number 17, Aucutt. Gets inside the 5-yard line, looks at the 3, so that'd be a gain of 3 yards and bring up 3rd and goal. 13:58 left, second quarter, still no score.
And I'd give it to Aucutt again. If she can get you at least 3 yards every time and down here, give it to her.
Yeah, she's been strong so far. Let's see what she has yardage-wise. I mean, just in the very efficient carries that she's had. She's got to be close to 20 yards. Just kind of give her the ball. She's over on that right side and seems to have no problem, obviously, with the size.
Exactly at 20.
She has exactly 20 yards. Aucutt again. They're ready and wise this time. They stop her. 2 tacklers coming in to help out that time. Big time was Sarah Cooper. And guess what? They have not penetrated into the end zone yet.
It was Cooper.
4th down.
Cooper and Cornice on a linebacker blitz who got in the backfield. Big stop there for Everett. Forces a 4th and goal from the 6. And this, because of this distance, it's typically a passing down. But, well, it may be. Are they going to kick a field goal?
I think that's what they're aiming to do right here. That's what they have set up, yes. In for the field goal attempt to Sierra Bitterling. Off the hold of Amanda Brewster. And so let's take a look at this one here. That is going to be a 23-yarder. Straight on between the hash marks. Slow snap. She looks like she nailed it as far as accuracy and distance. It is good. They are on the scoreboard. But you have to give Everett some credit, too, because they held them to just a field goal. That is definitely a builder inside, is to say, okay, we held them to field goal. Let's go marching down the other direction and make something happen here.
Anytime you can get a stop and force a field goal attempt inside your own 5-yard line, that's big momentum for the defense.
We're going to take a quick commercial, and the score, Southern Oregon 3, Everett nothing, here on STSPN.com.
Sports Physical Therapy is proud to be the official physical therapist and athletic trainers for the Everett Reign. Their team of experts specializes in physical therapy, hand therapy, massage therapy, athletic training, functional fitness, and more. With clinics in Everett, Bellevue, and Kirkland, SPT has the experience and knowledge to help athletes of all ages perform at their highest potential. Call them today to schedule a complimentary injury assessment at 425-252-3908 or visit them at sportsptcenters.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 the score, 12:35 left in the second quarter. Southern Oregon has just got a 23-yard field goal from Amanda Brewster. Kickoff, it's going to be taken by one of the deep men back there for Everett. That's Noor Al-Tamimi. And look at this, finding a hole and keeping going as she curled around and goes down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Great return that time. Noor Al-Tamimi. And she got it at, about the 30-yard line and then brought it back. Looks like about
32.
32, yeah. She picked up 38 yards on that return.
Great return. That's the second big return Everett's had, so obviously they found a weakness in the Southern Oregon special teams. If Al-Tamimi had broken it outside on that last defender, I think she'd still be running.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
and for the Reign, what a good sign that is, because they hold Southern Oregon to a field goal after Southern Oregon was definitely banging on the door pretty loud. And now the Everett Reign will have the football at the Southern Oregon 32-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. And their first drive, they picked up 2 first downs and eventually turned the ball over on downs pretty deep into Southern Oregon territory. They'd like to make up for that right now. Backs in the eye, and the handoff goes to Nikki Pelham, who gets the ball a lot in their offense. And Pelham gets a gain of 5 yards, goes out at the 27-yard line, second down and 5.
Outside zone there to the left. She got behind Cornister fullback, who did a nice job blocking. And then Pelham did the rest. He's able to get 5 yards, and that's always a good play on first down. Sets up 2nd and 5.
Clock moving, 12:13 left to go, second quarter. Everett at the 27-yard line of the Lady Renegades. They used a few vehicles to come up from Medford. We saw them getting unpacked about, I would say 3 hours ago.
It's quite the caravan.
Yeah, it was. 2nd down and 5. Running room out to the right side. Walsh at quarterback. Backs in the eye again, and the handoff goes to the second man through. This time for Everett, that is going to be Keena Hopkins, and Hopkins keeps finding running room. Good carry to the 16-yard line.
Nice run there by Hopkins. She got through, made contact with the defender, spun off of that, got some extra yardage. Nice run, nice effort, and also a good hole opened up by the offensive line.
A first down for Everett. They're down at the 16-yard line. We'll see if they can keep making it happen here for all the Everett Rain fans in the area. A few more people filed into the stadium, too.
Most of them are staying underneath the overhang.
Yeah.
Because of the threat
Comfort
of rain.
zone. On that last carry, it was a pickup of 16 yards. From the shotgun, Walsh takes the snap coming up here as they're, almost ran into it. Handoff goes to Bitterling. Bitterling cuts right, then left into the end zone, and touchdown, Everett. On the board from 16 yards as Casey Cornish took it into the end zone.
They faked the fly sweep that time, give it to Cornish on an inside zone. She saw the cutback lane, which was huge. Great run there, and then she really went in almost untouched until not really didn't get a hand on her from a Southern Oregon defender, told about the goal line, and Everett takes the lead.
So Cornish takes it into the end zone, and that makes it now 6-3 with the extra point attempt coming up. Lindsey Colbert will go for the extra point on the hold, or make that with the extra point attempt will be Amelia Carr on the hold from Michelle Walsh.
Oh, bobble snap.
And there's the bobbled snap. They're not going to get anything out of that. I flip-flopped, so it was the touchdown by Casey Cornish with the touchdown, and she had 16 yards on that carry for the touchdown. So nothing comes through there on the extra point. It's 6-3 still, but at least Everett able to get back on top in the ball game as Cornish gets them on the board from 16 yards out. And it is now 6-3 Everett. We'll take a timeout, and you are watching STSPN.com. Well, we have a 6-3 lead for the Everett Rain as Casey Cornish took it in, going from her left to her right, then back to the left, cut it into the end zone, and just a good running play that time, Luke.
Yeah, it's just a nice, simple inside zone where typically a running back will start one direction, and the way the play is designed and blocked, there usually is a cutback lane. Cornish saw it, was able to make a nice run into the end zone for a touchdown. And it's funny how momentum can swing in a game. Everett got the goal line stand, forced a field goal, and even though they gave it points, it wasn't 6, it was just 3. And then they got the big kick return. A few plays later, they're in the end zone and they have the lead. Yeah,
they did what we're hoping they would put together, in that they put the good goal line stand or a stand on down there in the end zone to force just a field goal, and then coming right back on a strong return and taking it into the end zone. So they're up by 3 points, and here comes the kickoff from Amelia Carr. Not much on that one. It's going to land at the 38-yard line, down to the 34, to the 33, picked up down there by Naomi Moutz, and Moutz will bring it back to the 38-yard line.
Moutz thought about letting it go out of bounds for a second, but the Everett defenders were getting too close to it, so she had to get on it and was able to get what she could. But that could have been disastrous for Southern Oregon if Moutz had been any more indecisive.
So up to the 38-yard line, 10:45 to go in the second quarter, and Everett with the 6-3 lead, trying to win their second game in a row. They defeated Tacoma last week 31-14. And Luke, this is without Brandy Wright in the lineup out of Everett Community College. She has an ACL injury.
She tore it, I believe, against Portland, and before that she'd been really maybe their best defensive lineman and was also playing fullback on offense. So that was a big loss, and it happened right when they were getting to the toughest part of their schedule too.
And now we'll see how Everett digs in with the lead. At quarterback, Brittany Livingston Rice. Whiteouts on each side, ball at the near hash mark to us. There's a toss sweep, and it's going to go to Amanda Brewster. Brewster's going to be wrestled down, no gain on the play. Strong penetration on the defense.
And Cornish, she scores touchdowns, and she also makes big tackles there. Once again, the toss sweep, Brewster gets past the outside linebacker who got a little too far upfield and got inside of her, but Cornish from her inside linebacker spot did a nice job of scraping towards the line of scrimmage, making the tackle.
0 yards on the play, ball at the 38-yard line, 10:14 left on the clock in the second quarter, and Everett up by 3 at 6-3. What do you think here what do you think Southern Oregon will do on this go-around?
I would go back to Fernandez. She was the best threat that they had on that last possession.
Set up again in the shotgun. Long count by Livingston Rice, and now the handoff goes to Brewster, who's been carrying the football quite a bit. She just picks up
1.5,
maybe
2.
1.5 yards on that. 1 yard, I think. Let's see where they spot it.
The Everett defensive line does a great job, led by Shania Holland at that time, stopping her for a very minimal gain.
Just a yard on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9 at the 39-yard line. Again, for Everett to dig in defensively, this is big. You try to get the stop right here and then get that football back in good field position after scoring on their last possession and showing that they can move the ball in this game.
And it's kind of like baseball, where after your team scores a run, you want to put up a 0 on your next inning when your pitcher's out there, and it's sort of the same concept in football. After you score, you want to get a 3 and out.
2 wide on each side. Room out to the left. Ball in the air. It's going to be deflected and intercepted. Picked off by Everett. Coming through with the pick that time, Forrest Larson. Big defensive play as we show it to you here. That's going to take it to the 42.
They wanted to hit Walker on a slant route. Ball was a little high, but still went off her hands, and Forrest Larson was right there at the right place at the right time for the interception. Big play for Everett.
Well, Larson coming through and getting the job done for Everett to have the ball at the 42-yard line. That was the second possession of the game for Southern Oregon. Getting the field goal on their first one, but this time around they're going to turn it over to Everett. And Everett has to play smart here, too, to try to add to that 3-point lead that they have. They'll have it at the far hash mark from us, and you've got the backs in the I formation behind the quarterback, Michelle Walsh. Give is going to be to the second player through the halfback, and that's Nikki Pelham, who isn't going to find any running room.
Lost 2.
Yeah.
Good penetration there by the Southern Oregon defensive line. They met the fullback in the back, about 3 or 4 yards in the backfield, forcing Pelham to cut back, and really had no room at all to get anything. And she really did a good job of keeping it only to a loss of 2.
So it makes it now 2nd down, 12 yards to go. Ball's at the 44-yard line of Southern Oregon. 8:10 to go in the second quarter. Each quarter consists of 15-minute halves. It's just like the NFL.
Or college.
Or college, yeah. And snap coming up. 2nd down, 12 yards to go. Walsh will hand off to Cornish. Cornish scored a touchdown earlier, finds running room inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. She's got enough for the first down. Brings it up 19 yards. That's Casey Cornish out of Everett Community College to give the Everett Rain a first down. That would be their 5th of the game.
And again, they fake the fly sweep to Pelham, give it to Cornish in the inside zone. Big hole open right in the middle of the Southern Oregon defense. And Cornish, she's not a small back at all by any means. She's tough to bring down, and she gets into the secondary, and those safeties are needing some help to make the tackle.
Everett patiently putting things together. Again, they got to be careful not to turn the ball over either. They've just got to play with that consistency that they showed last week against Tacoma. And so far what we're seeing here tonight against Southern Oregon, handoff. This time goes to Keena Hopkins. Hopkins trying to bounce around the corner, does, and there is a flag over by the 31-yard line.
I think they're going to get someone on Everett for a hold. But that play was blown up even before the hold because the Southern Oregon defensive line does a great job reestablishing the line of scrimmage in the Everett backfield.
Well, that is an indication against Everett.
Block in the back.
Block in the back. So that's going to be their second penalty. There's been 5 penalties against Southern Oregon so far in this game. This one is going to go back, and they had
Block in the back.
Yeah.
We'll go 10 yards for the penalty. Repeat first down.
That's a tough one right there. So 2 penalties for 20 yards for Everett in this game. Back to the 36-yard line. First down and 20 yards to go from the 36. Mark Aucutt with Luke Winsor here at Everett Memorial Stadium on this Saturday night, the last Saturday in May. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. As we bring you the action live on STSPN.com, your home for Everett Rain football. Running room out to the right side. Walsh right behind center at quarterback. See what they can make happen this time around. The give is to the second player through, and that's Keena Hopkins. Hopkins is doing a really good job packing the football so far in this game. Takes it up to the 25-yard line.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So that was a gain of 11 yards.
That time they sent Cornish one way, then Hopkins the other, trying to fake out the defense, and it worked enough for Hopkins to get 11 yards on that play. It was just the way the Southern Oregon defense was aligned, where Hopkins ran it. There was a big hole created by the Lady Renegade defense, so they kind of hurt themselves just by alignment.
That's going to make it now second down, 10 yards to go from the 25-yard line, 5:48 left in the second quarter. They spread the offense. Walsh goes back to the shotgun. Player in motion, and that's who's going to get the football. That's Keena Hopkins. She's not going anywhere but backwards. Nicole Noyce with the tackle. Tough break for Everett. You can see her breaking through that formation, and Walsh gave the football to her, and not too long after that, she hit the deck.
I don't know if it was a blitz or just a great read by Noyes, but she saw it right away and exploded into the backfield for a big tackle for loss. Sets up a 3rd and long.
Important, too, here for Everett to try to get on the scoreboard again before halftime. There's 5:07 to go, and the clock moving right along here in the second quarter.
Yeah, just being able to build. You get a score, you get a turnover. You want to be able to score. The points off turnover stat is such a huge stat in football, and if you can get on the positive side of that, that can be very big, especially going right into the half.
Forrest Larson with the interception that got it back for Everett. So far they have not turned the ball over, not to jinx them here. Pass to Walsh, and that's going to be complete. Making the catch is Jerry Shy Ramirez.
Ramirez. Holland.
What's that?
85 Holland.
Oh, sorry. That is 85, not 86. So Shania Holland makes the catch out of Edmonds Woodway High School.
And good to see her get involved in the offense. She's been their best receiver so far this year from the tight end position. Sets up a 4th and 5, and I believe Everett is going to go for it.
So Everett gets the ball just inside the 20-yard line. 4:08 left to go in the second quarter.
And I'd look for Shania Holland again on this play. 4th and 5 is a down and distance tailor-made for a good tight end.
Cornish right back to next to the quarterback, Walsh. 4th and 4 as they go for it. 2 wide on each side and lots of ball movement across the line. And finally, they skipped across the ball.
I think the hard count got him. Good job by Walsh there with the hard count, drawing multiple defenders offside.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. The result's going to be a first down.
There it comes. 6 penalties for 40 yards now against Southern Oregon. And first down-wise, we have Everett for 6.
And many of those penalties have been costly penalties, too.
Everett still got a good amount of time on the clock, but you don't want to lay back too much. They got to keep the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades on their toes. Cornish And then also Keena Hopkins back behind her in the backfield. Ball at the near hash mark. Keena Hopkins will get the call over to the 10-yard line, inside the 10. Not enough for a first down, but certainly moving the ball well. As she was coming from the 14-yard line.
Just inside the 9.
Looks like she picked up 5 yards on the play. You know what's interesting about Hopkins and trying to stay with these, it looks like that 1 on her 17 is not original issue from the, it looks like it's manufactured aftermarket.
I was told before the game that they have 2 players who were given number 7, so one of them was altered via tape.
There you go, Meg Onstead.
So on the defense, line up in the neutral zone, repeat first down.
Wow.
So they'll take the penalties, so it's 1st and 5 instead of 2nd and 5.
7 penalties now against Southern Oregon. Ball will be at the 9-yard line. 2:47 left to go in the second quarter.
And this might be a good time for Everett to come up with a play-action pass and take a shot at the end zone. Just to be a 1st and 5 is a good down to be aggressive on.
Walsh will take the snap. Hands off, getting the carry that time for Everett. We don't have, oh, there it is, Forrest Larson. Forrest Larson carries the football over on the left side. She gets it to, looks like the 7-yard line. And
a note on, Forrest Larson, Meg Onstedt's another. They've gotten a lot of players back from injury in the last week or two, and so they're really, despite the loss of Ride, they're a lot closer to the team they thought they would be at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of injuries, so now that they're getting healthy, we're starting to really see the team.
Makes a big difference.
And a lot of these players that they're getting back, Coach Russo said, really helps their team, overall team speed.
So 2nd down, 1 yard to go. The ball is at the 7-yard line. They need to get to the 6, it looks like.
Pelham.
Give to Pelham once again, and she's stacked up, but I think she's got enough for the first down.
She got
to the 5-yard line, and she should have enough for the first down. Picks up 2 yards on the play.
She got stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but second effort and some help from her lineman carrying her forward a little bit. Is able to get the necessary yards they need for the first down. Sets up 1st and goal from the just inside the 5.
All right, so 1:38 clock running here. It is 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. They have 1st and 10, but 1st and goal from the 5. And Luke, what do you see right here?
I could see Cornice again, maybe Pelham getting behind Cornice on a lead. But I would somehow, whether Cornice is getting the ball or is the lead blocker, I would go with here.
Cornice is up in the fullback position. Fake on the handoff. Walsh is keeping it. Back from the 10 to the 5. Finds some running room towards the end zone. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Everett Rain. Walsh keeping the football and do a great job on that to take it into the end zone. And they now extend their lead to 12-3.
I think initially they wanted to get Shania Holland on a bootleg as Holland was dragging across the middle, but no one was open, so Walsh decided to keep it herself. And it looked like she actually slowed down right before the goal line, so I was worried she shouldn't get it in. But she's able to get the ball just to break the plane. Good enough for a touchdown.
Walsh will hold again for Amelia Carr for the extra point. They didn't make it work the first time when they scored the touchdown. 10:50 to go here in the second quarter. Let's see what they can do with 1:04 on the clock. Kick is up, and it is good. So we have a 13-3 lead for the Everett Rain. Great job by Everett. Now the 10-point lead with 1:04 left to go in the second quarter. We'll take a break right here on STSPN.com.
Sports Physical Therapy is proud to be the official physical therapist and athletic trainers for the Everett Rain. Their team of experts specializes in physical therapy, hand therapy, massage therapy, athletic training, functional fitness, and more. With clinics in Everett, Bellevue, and Kirkland, SPT has the experience and knowledge to help athletes of all ages perform at their highest potential. Call them today to schedule a complimentary injury assessment at 425-252-3908 or visit them at sportsptcenters.com.
Welcome back. Everett has scored again, 13-3. The Reign are on
proud
top
to
by
be the
10
official
points,
physical therapist.
trying for their second victory in a row, this time at home to get their first home victory. 1:04 left to go in the second quarter here at Everett Memorial Stadium, home of the Reign. Mark Aucutt with Luke Winsor, and there's the kickoff. Take a bounce and be taken by one of the deep men. Fernandez has it for the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades. Cuts to the right, got shut off, now finds some running room trying to go to the left, and great resiliency there. She brings it out to the 45-yard line, and that is where Southern Oregon will start this drive, and they got their work cut out for them, down by 10 points and trying to get there in scoring position.
Everett has a player down.
Yeah, I'm checking that out right now. Yep, that is Shania Holland is down.
That would be a big
Edmonds
loss.
Woodway High School product. And the player is checking her out. She's being attended to by Billy Russo, head coach of the Everett Reign. It's just anytime you see one go down, you always hope for the best, and sometimes they just get shaken up.
Looked like she might have been holding her shoulder.
Yeah.
And you hope it's just a bruise or a stinger. Nothing
Well,
too
we have a
serious.
minute here just to take a look at the standings in the Women's Football Alliance American Conference Pacific Region. Here in the Pacific North Division, Portland Fighting Shockwave on top. They're 6-0. Seattle Majestic 6-1. Then the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades 2-5. Tacoma Trauma and the Everett Reign both tied at 1-5. And so there's a lot of divisions in this league. There are 5 divisions in the American Conference and another 5 on the other side in the National Conference.
And Holland got up, looks like under her own power.
That's good.
Hopefully she's okay. She's
50. Yeah, go ahead.
very important player for Everett, so to lose her would be very tough to overcome.
53 seconds left on the clock. We're in the second quarter. Everett leads it 13-3. Scoring on their last 2 possessions. The last one sent up by an interception by Forrest Larson.
And if I'm Everett, I'd be shading a safety over to Fernandez's side to try to take away the big play.
Lady Renegades ready to go. 1st and 10 at their own 45. Brittany Livingston Rice at quarterback. Takes the snap. Looks over to the right side. Going to throw short. Intending the pass that time for Amanda Brewster.
And that play seemed doomed from the start. She bobbled the snap. It was low, and she really never set her feet to make the throw, and it was low, almost meant more for throwing a ground ball to a shortstop.
Yeah, that's true.
And even if Brewster caught it, she had a couple of defenders in her face ready to make a tackle.
2nd down, 10 yards to go from the 45-yard line. Lady Renegades make their way up to the line once again. At center, Teresa Gomez. From the shotgun, Livingston Rice. Ooh, no fun trying to get to that one with the pressure coming on. That's the trouble on the low snap, but at least Livingston Rice was able to get on the football, but a loss nonetheless. And that's a loss of 7 yards, Luke.
Yeah, that second low snap in a row by the center from Southern Oregon. This time Rice was unable to handle it, had to fall in it and eat a 7-yard loss, and now I believe Everett has called the timeout.
We'll take a timeout also. Everett leads 13-3 here on STSPN.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And looking at a 3rd down and 17 to go for Southern Oregon. They trail 13-3 here on STSPN.com. Mark Aucutt, Luke Winsor, 42 seconds left. Playing against the Everett Reign here at home at Everett Memorial Stadium. Big stop if Everett can put it on right here. A long ways for Southern Oregon to go, but Everett certainly seizing momentum on the last couple of opportunities offensively. Pass is going to be complete. Making the catch across midfield is Devin Walker, and very close to a first down. Timeout now called by Southern Oregon. It's going to be fourth and a very short 1 yard to go.
They hit Walker on a little post route, and Southern Oregon called timeout. They want to talk about it before they go on a 4th and 1.
21-yard pass play on that, by the way. So they're going to talk about it. I think we can keep it right here, and it will be 4th and 1 once they resume play. Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, they hit Walker on a short little post route, and because it's a very long yard situation, Everett's defensive backs were playing off coverage, so there's a lot of room for Walker to operate, not only to catch run her route and catch the ball, but then to run after the catch. So she did a good job getting it into a situation where it gives her coach a chance to really think about, does he want to go for 4th down or not.
Now here they come after the timeout. It will be 4th and 1, like a half yard, really, from just outside the 45-yard line.
Look for number 17.
She's off to the right of the quarterback, Livingston Rice. And it is going to be number 17 getting the call. That's Falagali. And in this case, going to make it a little bit tough.
She just got it, I think, but she really had some room right straight up the middle if she'd wanted it, but instead she tried to bounce it outside. And big power backs, you want them running laterally. You don't want them getting ahead of steam sideways. So she really made it a lot harder for herself to get the first down. Thankfully for her team, she did.
Gets about 1.5 yards on that play, so it will be 1st down and 10 from the 30 and make that the 44-yard line. And a timeout again has been called by Southern Oregon. Let's take a timeout, and we'll be back with more right here on STSPN. Welcome back. It is 1st and 10 for Southern Oregon at the 44-yard line of Everett. Everett leads 13-3. From the shotgun, Livingston Rice. She's got a completion to Devin Walker. Walker keeps going down to the 31-yard line. Picks up 13 on the play. 1st down again for Southern Oregon. 16 seconds on the clock, and the clock is definitely a factor here.
And Southern Oregon will use their last timeout, I believe. Again, they hit Walker on a little slant route. Forrest Larson went for her 2nd interception of the game, just couldn't time it, and Walker got in front of her to make the catch. And that's a situation where if I'm in the film room with Larson, I'm telling her, in this situation, make the tackle. Don't worry about the interception. You're the first one there. Go ahead and try to break up the pass or make the tackle. Let the next defender, your help, come in if there's a tip ball to get the pick.
So that will move it to the 31-yard line with those 16 seconds on the clock. They talk it over during the timeout. Coming up at the halftime break, we will have some stats after the break itself, and then we'll get set for the second half. We'll have highlights from the first half, too. First and 10 from the 31. Everett digging in defensively.
They do have Amelia Carr as safety help on Fernandez's side.
Livingston Rice takes the snap, goes to the air, and that's going to be overthrown. The intended receiver was Devin Walker. Brings up 2nd down. They burnt 6 seconds off the clock that time.
And really a smart read by Rice. She saw that Everett had help over on Fernandez, so she went the other way to Walker and just was able to make the connection.
Brings up the ball is going to be set back down once again at the 36-yard line. Oh, they have 36 on the board. It's actually the 31. Second and 10 from the 31-yard line.
The Everett coaches are telling the defensive backs to get back.
10 seconds to go in the second quarter. Livingston Rice at quarterback. Looks left, goes to the right. deep in the air, and that's going to be swatted down. Great defensive play. Way down there for the Everett Rain. Coming through was Noor Al-Tamimi to knock that ball down, and that's what you got to do sometimes. Don't worry if you can't quite get to it, just knock it away.
Well, she went for a pick, and she just had it in her hands when Walker just barreled into her. Walker had to switch from offense to defense there to prevent the interception. So a good play by Walker just to prevent the turnover. But ultimately, did take a pretty wicked shot.
She did, yeah, as she was coming down or trying to get that football.
Got a little undercut there.
3 seconds left here in the second quarter, and it's 13-3. So they almost had their second interception of the game. The other one by Forrest Larson, which eventually led to Everett scoring their second touchdown. Last play of the half, I presume. Livingston Rice goes to the air. She's got an open receiver. Goes in and out of the hands of Heather Case. Wow, didn't work out there, and that'll be the end of the first half. Go ahead, Luke, just one analysis before we break for halftime.
Good first half. This is the best half of football we've seen from Everett so far this year. They're doing a great job controlling the clock, controlling time of possession. And the biggest stat of the game for Everett so far on offense, 0 turnovers.
Absolutely.
Which has been their Achilles heel all season long. They've done a great job taking care of the ball, and that's why they have the lead.
Looking good for the Everett Rain out here at Everett Memorial Stadium as they try to pick up their first home win of the season. 13-3 is the score at the half. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back, take a look at highlights and statistics after the break here at halftime, and we'll bring you more of this game between the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades and your Everett Rain. 13-3.
Sports Physical Therapy is proud to be the official physical therapist and athletic trainers for the Everett Rain. Their team of experts specializes in physical therapy, hand therapy, massage therapy, athletic training, functional fitness, and more. With clinics in Everett, Bellevue, and Kirkland, SPT has the experience and knowledge to help athletes of all ages perform at their highest potential. Call them today to schedule a complimentary injury assessment at 425-252-3908 or visit them at sportsptcenters.com. Sports Physical Therapy is proud to be the official physical therapist and athletic trainers for the Everett Rain. Their team of experts specializes in physical therapy, hand therapy, massage therapy, athletic training, functional fitness, and more. With clinics in Everett, Bellevue, and Kirkland, SPT has the experience and knowledge to help athletes of all ages perform at their highest potential. Call them today to schedule a complimentary injury assessment at 425-252-3908 or visit them at sportsptcenters.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are viewing and listening on STSPN.com. Women's football here at Everett Memorial Stadium. At the half, the Everett Rain lead the Southern Oregon Renegades 13-3. I'm Mark Aucutt with Luke Winsor, and all the scoring from the first half came in the second quarter. As with 12:35 left to go in that second quarter, Amanda Brewster hitting a 23-yard field goal to get Southern Oregon on the scoreboard. And then later on in that quarter, not too much longer, after a solid return, it was Katie Cornish coming through with a 16-yard run as she cut right, then back towards the left into the end zone, made it 6-3. And that the extra point was no good for Everett after that. And then later in the quarter, as it wound down, the interception by Forrest Larson. Forrest coming through with a pick right near midfield and took it back across into the Southern Oregon territory and was able to, then it was later on as the Everett Rain moved the football down the field. They got to the 5-yard line, and Michelle Walsh with a keeper to take it into the end zone to make it 12-3. The extra point was good by Amelia Carr, 13-3. That is the score that we have here at halftime. Just taking a look at the statistics, not much on the ground for Southern Oregon, just 13 yards rushing in that first half, but they were stronger in passing as Brittany Livingston-Rice coming through with a 6 for 16 in the air. That's a total of 89 yards. Her favorite receiver was Devin Walker, who had 55 yards on receptions. The other one, Jenny Fernandez, with 34 yards receiving. Also for the Everett Rain, they had a total of 84 yards, and that was on the ground. Only 5 yards in passing. Michelle Walsh coming through 1 for 3 in that first half, and we got the second half kickoff coming up. Fumbled by one of the deep backs for the Southern Oregon Renegade, and that is Jenny Fernandez. Fernandez gets a handle on it and then will be brought down at the 39-yard line. So she makes something out of that. And so Southern Oregon will have the ball to start the second half. Just wanted to say the leading rusher for Everett in that first half, Katie Cornish, coming through with 35 yards, 16 on the touchdown run. Also, Keena Hopkins with 29 yards. Shania Holland with 1 reception for 5 yards. Total yardage for them, 89 yards. Actually, pretty close to the same for each team, Luke.
But the difference was in this half, I think, was special teams play with the 2 big returns that Everett had and the turnover, which gave their 2 touchdowns were set up by the turnover and the kickoff return, gave their offense a short field to work with.
So far, it's been working out for Everett. We noticed they were a pretty loose group coming out there at the start of the half here. Just kind of see that you're loose but not too loose, right?
Yeah, but you always do feel good when you have a 10-point lead at halftime. But, yeah, you want it still – good to be loose, but you want to still maintain your focus.
Well, Southern Oregon is strong in their passing game, so watch for them to come out striking. And there they do on that first play to get things started in the second half. Livingston-Rice connects on the pass and is able to find Fernandez.
About 9, I think. Yeah,
she gets it out to the 48-yard line, a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll be second down and 1 from the 48 of Southern Oregon, out of Medford, Oregon.
Hit Fernandez there on a slant route, and because of she's shown the ability to beat a defender deep, they're going to play a lot of. She's going to see a lot of off coverage, and which will allow her to operate on those slant routes.
Last week, Southern Oregon lost at home to Seattle, the Majestics, 49-19. Majestics are in second place in the league at 6-1. Portland on top at 6-0. In between the hash marks, there's the handoff to Amanda Brewster. Brewster across midfield. She's got the first down and takes it to the 46-yard line. That is a pickup of 6 yards on the play. First down wise, Southern Oregon with 8, Everett with 9. Pretty balanced.
Pretty balanced, but again, Southern Oregon, they've had to go the long way while Everett's had a lot of short fields to work with.
Southern Oregon committed 7 penalties for 40 yards in that first half. Everett with 2 penalties for 20 yards.
And a lot of those Southern Oregon penalties were very costly, giving Everett some first downs.
First down, 10 yards to go at the 46-yard line of the Everett Rain. Both teams in the Women's Football Alliance. There's a pass across the middle to Fernandez again, who gets struck hard after making the grab, but holds onto it. Coming across and colliding with her is Brooklyn Holton, but is down to the 41-yard line, gain of 5.
Credit Fernandez there. She showed some toughness, being able to hold on to the ball, knowing she's going to get hit, and she got hit hard by Holton. who was just unable to get there in time to break up that pass.
Ball at the 41-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Nearest to the hash mark towards the grandstand side, which is over on the west, as we have Southern Oregon going from our left to right, which would be south to north, in their white uniform tops with some red and black mixed in. Livingston Rice with the pass over. It's going to be picked off. Getting the grab there. Coming through once again is Forrest Larson. That's her 2nd interception of the game.
Was that an interception, or did she take it away from Walker?
Well, she might have just taken it away.
I don't know, but
took it away from her, yeah.
But great play by Larson, just reaching in, snatching the football away from Walker.
So Devin Walker had the. I thought it went to a player for them. It was in her hands so quick though, into Forrest Larson's hands. So it's Devin Walker with the pick or with the catch. And then Larson takes it out of her hands. So that goes as a fumble.
Bang, bang play. I think Walker caught it, and as she was trying to tuck it into her body, Larson took it away.
It was that quick because I was about to call out Walker, and then the next thing you know, it is Larson with the football. So either way, it's a turnover.
And, again, for Everett, it's so huge for them to be on the plus side of the turnover battle.
13-3 the score. Everett with the football, and 12:31 on the clock here in the third quarter. And the give goes to Nikki Pelham. Not going to find any running room. She'll lose a yard on the play.
They tried to run an outside zone to the right side, and again, when the Southern Oregon defense has had success stopping the run, it's because their defensive line is reestablishing the line of scrimmage in the Everett backfield like they did there. They forced Pelham out wider and with a different angle than she wanted to, and the penetration was able to get her in the backfield for a loss.
2nd down, they'll mark it 12 yards to go at the 40-yard line. Everett came into the game averaging 108 yards per game on the ground, and in passing 45 per game. Entering the game, Michelle Welsh, 31 of 122, thrown a couple of touchdowns. She's been picked 12 times so far, none in this game. That was a high snap and did not work out as Welsh gets it back and is going to be taken down at the 36-yard line, a loss of 4 yards on the play.
There was a fumble in the handoff exchange to Cornish, who was already hitting herself on the head, beating herself up a little bit, thinking that it was her fault. They going with a play that's worked for them before where they fake the fly sweep, then give it to Cornish on an inside zone. She just couldn't handle the handoff. Walsh had to fall on it for the loss.
Referee is David Sather. Umpire is Omar Kadahi. Linesman is Brian Clute. The line judge is Scott Pattison, and the back judge is James Leach. They're down 16 yards to go. Ball's at the 36-yard line. Need a big play right here, Luke.
Yeah, and really the Oregon defenders, they're playing up tight, so they could beat somebody deep.
Passes in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Noor Al-Tamimi, and it was a forward pass, so they were chasing it down a little bit like, well, if it's alive, but it was not alive. So it'll go as 4th down. Stay at 4th and 16 with 10:33 left to go in the third quarter.
On a situation like that, always force the referee to make a decision, make a call, the correct call that was a forward pass. They tried to hit Altamini on a little wide receiver slip screen, get some blockers in front of her because she's shown the ability this year to make some big plays when she gets the ball in space, just unable to hold on to the ball.
They're sending 2 players back deep for Southern Oregon. That would be Jenny Fernandez and also Devin Walker. Punt formation, and back to punt will be Amelia Carr for Everett, unless they have something else up their sleeve.
The way their defense is playing, I just punt it here.
4th down and 16. The ball is going to be snapped from the 36-yard line. High snap. Pretty decent punt. It's going to hit the ground first and finally be downed over on the Southern Oregon side. Coming through that time is Forrest Larson. She's all over the field in this game, and that's where they'll get going over there at the 41-yard line.
Her and Cornish are competing hard for player of the game so far. They both played very well on both sides of the ball for Everett and now Larson on special teams.
1st and 10 it is at the 41-yard line of the Lady Renegades, as they'll have it for their second possession here in the third quarter. Again, no score at the end of one quarter, and then 13-3 we're at right now at halftime.
And Southern Oregon, they've been able to hit a few of these slant routes so far, and I would suspect if they have it in their playbook, you might see a slow go route or a slant and go where they pump fake the slant and send the receiver up the field. They may be trying to set Everett up for something like that.
Snap coming up. Livingston Rice at quarterback in the shotgun. Looks to the left side and overthrows that time Fernandez. She likes that receiver, but that one long as Fernandez got a hand on it, but it was out of bounds.
Tried to hit Fernandez on a go route. Just, again, there's some room to the outside. That's where the quarterback wants to throw it, but she threw it a little too far outside, and just Fernandez was unable to get to it before it went out of bounds.
Southern Oregon averages 94 yards per game on the ground and 149 yards per game in the air. Livingston Rice coming into this game, 46 for 96, 892 yards. Very respectable totals from the arm. 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not afraid to air it out as we've seen throughout this one. Takes the snap, looks left, now right, goes with the pass behind her, and making the catch will be Brewster. Brewster brings it back up towards the 41-yard line. A lot of work for very little, as it turns out, yardage-wise. They don't get anything. Third down.
I think they were trying to set up a screen to Brewster. She started on the right side of the Rice, swings all the way out over to the left, and it was a backwards pass, and the Everett defense read it well, was able to stop it for little to no gain.
Third down, 10 yards to go from the 41-yard line, and Luke will take a look at the third down conversion. So far, how are Southern Oregon doing?
They are 1 out of 8 so far. So
1 for 8.
The Everett defense has done a very good job of getting off the field on third down.
3rd and 10 from the 41, from the shotgun. Walker was cutting through the middle. Now she goes deep on it. There's an interception. Picked off by Everett. Coming through is Noor Al-Tamimi, and she's going to return it over on the other side of the field to the 47-yard line. Looks like a return of 15 yards, and that is going to be where Everett will get it once again as the 3rd turnover of the game for the Southern Oregon Renegades.
Al-Tamimi basically playing center field from her free safety spot. Southern Oregon did have a receiver break open late over the middle, but Rice was rolling to her right and threw it back to her left. Again, something you don't want a quarterback to do. And another thing you never want a quarterback to do is throw it high and late over the middle. She did both, and that results in the interception.
To the 47-yard line. So we'll be in Lady Renegades territory, and a chance for Everett to do a couple of things here. They can move the football and take some time off the clock. They've got the 13-3 lead.
And they can make it, if they can score another touchdown, they can make it a 3-possession game, which would be huge the way
yes,
the defense
it would.
is playing.
Break from huddle. Here come the Everett Rain, trying to pick up their first victory at home. Whiteouts on each side. You've got Noor Tamimi over on the left side, and also Forrest Larson on the right. Handoff is going to go to the first back through for Everett. That's Nikki Pelham, and Pelham takes it inside the 40 to the 49-yard line.
Big hole on the left side created by the offensive line. Great job by them. And then that's Pelham's best run of the game so far. She did a good job getting behind her blockers. And then at one point she had to put her hand on the back of the lead blocker to kind of steer her, let her do her job. So good patient running by Pelham there.
8-yard gain for Pelham. It's going to bring up 2nd down, 2 yards to go. Ball's at the 39-yard line of Southern Oregon. What do you think here, Luke?
Well, 2nd and short is a good – I thought they might do it on the last play after the interception, but 2nd and short is a good time to be a little aggressive, maybe go play action, throw it down the field, try to take a shot at the end zone.
Walsh right behind center. Backs in the eye behind her. Cornist is in the short up front position there. There's a handoff. This time it goes to Keena Hopkins. Hopkins spinning, moving, and I think she's got the first down.
It'll be close.
It's going to be very close. She's at the 37. Depends on the spot.
And
yeah, they say she got it. They're not even going to measure. So I thought she did. So she picks up a couple yards on the play, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Everett. 8:03 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Then they just ran an outside zone, and she got behind Cornish as a lead blocker and did a good job just getting enough, spinning off of the first contact and get the yards for the first down.
Break from huddle, and here come the Everett Rain. trying to pick up their second victory in a row. Ball at the far hash mark from us as they go from our right to left, north to south. Walsh very confident as she comes up to the line. Takes a snap and hands off. This time that one is going to Jamie Lawson, number 15?
Yep.
Jamie Lawson getting her hands on the ball for the first time. Took it up the middle. Nice switch around that time.
They were doing a good job of rotating running backs and keeping them fresh. Again, they had all those injuries, so Pelham was really having to carry a lot of the load for a while. Now they have some players coming back from injury. They can rotate running backs, keep fresh legs in the ball game.
4-yard gain for her, up to the 32-yard line. Second down, 6 yards to go. Everett continues to stack up the first downs. They've got 10 of them in the game. Just really completely different than what we saw on April 30th when they had that tough game against Portland. But you get these players back, and that makes a big difference.
And they're playing with a lot more confidence now.
Yeah, you can really see it.
Well, they believe they can win. That's part of it.
Trouble on the handoff. Hanging on to it, though, is Cornish. Cornish gets inside the 30, keeps going. Nice group tackle there, and a group surge by Everett down to the 27-yard line. And we'll see if that is going to be very close to the first down, and that's the case. Line judge saying, yeah, let's bring them over. So that is going to be another first down for Everett, their 11th of the game as they continue to move the football with 6:28 left to go here in the third quarter.
Just a simple fullback dive to Cornish. She bobbled the hand up, but she did a good job keeping her composure, getting a hold of the ball, then moving forward and really surging for that first down.
It can be so dangerous when you go through there, too, Luke, trying to get a handle on the ball, and you're focusing on the ball, and you got all this pursuit on you. You can really get clocked going through there.
The last thing you want to do is when you're going through the line is have ball security issues. So
yeah, it's true.
Running backs are often taught to keep 2 hands on the ball until they get past that first level.
First and 10 from the 27 for the Everett Rain, leading 13-3. Walsh at quarterback. Going to hand off this time to Larson. Larson cutting back, trying to gain some yardage there and getting just a little bit past where that play started. Maybe a yard if most.
I think she got about 2 or 3.
Now, see, she was at the – oh, wait a minute. She's down to the 22. She got 5, actually. She was at the 27. Yeah, she kept guys going. I looked at that, had to take a different approach on the angle there. She got 5, actually.
Southern Oregon really did a good job at the point of attack, but their backside pursuit was lacking, and Larson did a good job. She really got more than she should have because of how the initial point of attack defense played.
They just kept pushing.
Yeah, she had good vision, kept pushing, good effort.
One wide on each side. Walsh takes a look around. Backs in the I formation behind her. Jamie Lawson carried it just a little while ago, and she handles the football or gets it again and then drops it. Falls back on the ball, but wow, no gain on that play. That could have been dangerous.
It could have been disastrous, but give Lawson enough credit to fall on the ball and keep it from being a turnover. But again, we're seeing some issues with some of the Everett backs with handoffs, so that's something they may need to work on and practice again this week.
Yeah, definitely. Third down and 6 is what it's going to be. Ball is going to be at the 22-yard line. She lost a yard on that play.
Now, if I'm Everett, I'm looking to get Shania Holland, or the tight end, who is back in the game. So the injury that she suffered in the first half, thankfully, wasn't too serious.
4:12 left in the third quarter. 13-3 Everett. And they'll also play again next week here at Everett Memorial Stadium. We'll have it on STSPN.com. They host the Tacoma Trauma at 6 o'clock. Walsh at quarterback. Toss sweep. Goes on the right side to Keena Hopkins. Hopkins finds running room, and she does a good job of getting that ball down. Very close again for the first down. Those 7s have been lucky numbers for them, and it's going to be a first down. So, again, 3 times when they've got it down, it was at the 37, the 27, and now the 17, and she gets enough for the first down to the 16, actually. Let's give her 7 yards on that play.
Well, it looked like maybe even been a broken play because it was a toss sweep to the right, but Cornish, the fullback, she went left. So the running back did a good job going around the right side without an extra blocker in front of her.
Keena Hopkins with the carry for 7 yards that time. Definitely been a plus factor for the Everett Rain. First down, 10 yards to go from the 16-yard line.
flags.
Yeah, we got the give this time to Pelham, and there are flags on the field, one on each side. You pick anything up there?
Well, a Southern Oregon defender was kind of jumpy on our side of the field, so we'll see what they're going to call it offsides.
They're talking it over.
We got encroachment. Defense going to be a penalty, repeat first down.
Good pick right there. So that's going to be their 8th penalty. And it's a 5-yard penalty, so that takes it up to 45 yards they've been penalized in this game.
And all these penalties has to be driving the Southern Oregon head coach Keith Fuchs crazy.
Yeah, no kidding. They had a lot just to get things going in that first quarter, 5 quick ones. It's now 1st down and 5. The ball is at the 11-yard line of Southern Oregon. 2:54 to go in the third quarter. Everett up by 10.
And really, Southern Oregon has not been able to stop the Everett running game so far this drive, so I'd say just keep handing it off.
Keep handing it off, and they've been switching those backs like you mentioned. Toss sweep to Pelham.
Oh.
She cannot hang on to it. Walsh gets back. Pelham falls on the football, and they avoid a disastrous situation again, but it's going to be a loss of 5 or 6 yards on that play, so that didn't pan out well.
And they were bringing Amelia Carr around. They look like they're going to run a reverse or a fake reverse, but they had something brewing. But because Pelham was able to hold on the ball, they couldn't run the reverse that time.
Yeah, you've got to keep your focus on that football, and that didn't happen in that instance. And so it looks like the ball's at the 16-yard line. A loss of 5 is going to make that 6-yard loss. They're going to make it 2nd and 11.
Yeah, may have prevented a big play.
Just inside the 17. At the far hash mark or near to it. Pelham gets the football, finds a hole, keeps going. Down a little bit further towards the 10-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but still a good gain.
Again, Everett, their offensive line, they're doing a nice job opening up some holes. Running backs are doing a good job running hard. They're just kind of, chopping away, chopping wood, kind of getting some yards, and they're eating up clock as well.
5-yard gain that time for Nikki Pelham. Out of Edmonds Community College, is 5 feet, 134 pounds. It is now 3rd down, 5 yards to go, and the ball is at the 11-yard line. So back to where they started after that penalty. Walsh in the shotgun now. 2 wideouts on each side. Walsh looking to the right side, and she's got a receiver right there making the catch, and taking it into the end zone is Shania Holland, and a touchdown for the Everett Rain with 1:01 left to go here in the third quarter. Find Shania Holland, who bounced back from that first half injury, and look at that.
I've been calling for it for how.
Yes, you have.
Nice play. Really, Holland was taller than the defender on her, so she kind of just, in a basketball terms, boxed her out. The ball was thrown on the correct shoulder. Holland does a good job really boxing the defender out, catching it, turning it upfield, and getting the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point attempt coming up from Amelia Carr on the hold from Walsh. The kick is up, and the kick is
short.
Yeah, didn't make it. Well, just like that, Everett has added to their lead. It's now 19-3. 1:01 left to go here in the quarter as they score on the 11-yard touchdown passing play. Michelle Walsh to Shania Holland, and we'll take a break and come back with more right after this on STSPN.
Sports Physical Therapy is proud to be the official physical therapist and athletic trainers for the Everett Rain. Their team of experts specializes in physical therapy, hand therapy, massage therapy, athletic training, functional fitness, and more. With clinics in Everett, Bellevue, and Kirkland, SPT has the experience and knowledge to help athletes of all ages perform at their highest potential. Call them today to schedule a complimentary injury assessment at 425-252-3908 or visit them at sportsptcenters.com.
Welcome back. Our score 19-3 right here at Everett Memorial Stadium. The Everett Rain have scored their 3rd touchdown of the game to take now a 16-point lead. The extra point not good, but the pass was good. 11-yard pass from Michelle Walsh to Shania Holland. And then they didn't connect on the extra point, but I'll tell you what, the Everett Rain definitely playing with confidence, as Luke and I have observed. And Luke, this is your 3rd game you've seen them now?
3rd or 4th game.
Yeah, 4th game you've seen them. You saw them down in Kent, too. My 2nd time of seeing them, and Definitely see a big difference. Picked up on the kickoff that time by Jenny Fernandez, and Fernandez is going to bring the football up to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Everett's playing with a lot more confidence. They really, truly believe they can win this game, and they're playing like it. And both sides of they've been really dominant on both sides of the ball and on the special teams aspect as well.
Southern Oregon, another crack at it here hadn't worked out too well. They've turned the ball over twice here. That one, the last one there, led to the touchdown. Well, twice and a half.
Twice and a half, yeah.
Yeah, this one led to a touchdown, and then they turned it over once in the first half as Forrest Larson coming through with an interception and a steal, also near interception earlier here in this first half. She had the clean interception back in the first half, then also Noor Al-Tamimi with a pick that set up this last touchdown for the Everett Rain.
Yeah, I'm tempted to give Larson a forced fumble and recovery on that second one.
I think that's a good call, actually, because she really did pull it away from her. Back with the pass is Livingston Rice. It's going to be complete over on the left side. Fernandez taken to the ground.
You have to give Fernandez credit. She's a smallish wide receiver, and she's going across the middle more than once and taking some shots.
Still an 8-yard gain on that play. Don't count Southern Oregon out. They still got plenty of life left in them. 28 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
And Cornice is down.
Well, not a good sign as they send a trainer out there. She's down at the 46-yard line.
Although they look like they're stretching. It might be just cramps.
Let's hope it's just that.
But the thing about cramps is once they start, it's hard to get rid of them. So even on gray, cold, drizzly days like today,
yeah.
you have to hydrate.
Still have to hydrate all the time. So next week we'll bring you the game on STSPN at 6 o'clock between the Tacoma Trauma, who Everett beat last week down there in Tacoma, against the Everett Rain next week here. So if Everett can hang on to this and pick that one up next week, that'd be a great way to finish out the season.
3-game win streaks are always good.
Yes, they are. That ball is going to be just across midfield. Second down, 2 yards to go. Or make that, second down. They haven't changed it up on the board yet. 2nd and 2. Pass is going to be swatted around, thrown into traffic that time. The intended receiver was Devin Walker, and a couple of players in tight for the Everett Rain.
Looked like Larson and Carr were both there at the same time to break that pass up. And really there was no one open for Rice at all to throw to, and she tried to force it into double coverage, and lucky it wasn't picked off again.
3rd down and 2. Yeah, just inside the 50-yard line of Everett, and here once again is a great opportunity to put the clamps on, and they've been doing that a lot here in this game. Forcing 3 turnovers, 7 seconds left here in the third quarter. Everett up 19-3.
Really, since that first drive, Southern Oregon has not been able to move the ball.
Could be picked. No, it's going to be caught. Amanda Brewster gets it at the 44-yard line. She'll have the first down, and that is a gain of 5 yards as time runs out here in the third quarter. Now they'll switch sides, and we'll get ready to go for the fourth quarter with Everett leading 19-3 here on STSPN.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We go to the fourth quarter on STSPN.com. Women's football live from Everett Memorial Stadium. The Everett Rain lead the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades 19-3. I'm Mark Aucutt with Luke Winsor, Debbie Larson on statistics, and Todd Elvig coordinating with Brendan helping out as well. And we are here with a chance for Southern Oregon to make something happen, and Everett thinking, well, you know what, we're going to switch sides, just keep playing the defense we've been playing.
Finish the game.
Finish the game. Play.
That should be the message for the team. Finish the game.
Play 4 good quarters of football and pick up a W. Livingston Rice takes the snap, Goes with a pass over on the left side. This time making the catch is Fernandez, and Fernandez will be bounced out of bounds, but she's got enough, it looks like, for the first down to the 34-yard line.
Again, Fernandez on the slant route. This time, as soon as she caught it, she decided, I don't want to go across the middle and get hit anymore, so she spun back to the outside, found some space, was able to pick up the first down.
1st and 10 from the 34 now for Southern Oregon. It is a 3-possession game, so they've got their work cut out for them.
And with the way that Everett has been able to run the ball, they really need to score quick. And at this point, you may even consider an onside kick if they can score here.
Backs on each side. They've switched over and put Mitch Faugali to the left now instead of the right. And Faugali will get the handoff. She's going on the right side. She's a big load to bring down, and finally they're able to do so. Coming up with the tackle for Everett was Keena Hopkins, but down to the 34-yard line, so a gain of 4 yards on the play.
And they really went – after the first quarter, they went away from Faugali a lot. So now they're going back to her, but this is a
and they flip-flopped her too.
Yeah, but she was really effective in the first quarter, but then I think this is their first carry since. So it's a little surprising from the Southern Oregon coaching staff.
2nd down, 6 yards to go. Marked at the 30-yard line between the hash marks, wide out on each side, back split right next to the quarterback. Livingston Rice goes to the middle, and she's got the completion down there. Devin Walker making the catch, and there is a penalty, late flag. Might be a
face mask or late hit.
Yeah, because I tell you, Everett came in tight right after that. One of the players slow to get up will be Heather Case for Southern Oregon.
Heather Case, the tight end, she was running a seam route, so she was in the area when that ball was completed and then tried to throw a block for Walker.
That looked really good, the way they completed that pass play, though. Offensively, that's one of the bigger plays they've made in the second half.
And Walker's been able to make some hay running that exact same route. So, again, that's something that we'll probably see again as the game progresses.
Officials sorting out the penalty.
Maybe also seeing where they're going to go eat after the game.
Yeah, that too. A little discussion as to where to go on Broadway.
We went to the Buzz-In last time.
Yeah.
We have a penalty.
Okay, there is no penalty, inadvertent flag, it looks like, right?
Well, usually it's a situation like that. One judge maybe refs thought he saw something, and another official with a better angle said no, that wasn't the case, and they overruled.
And they just overruled it, and and like you say, with a better angle right there. Rice will take the snap on 1st down and 10. They do get the first down on that play. Across the middle she goes, and it's going to be complete for the touchdown. Coming across and making the catch, Heather Case.
From her tight end spot, she just ran right up the seam, got behind the linebackers and between the two safeties, wide open for the touchdown. Nice ball also from Rice.
Looks like that was from 13 yards out. 13 yards out. So that's putting Southern Oregon on the scoreboard in the end zone for the first time.
I would go for 2, make it an 8-point game.
Now they're lining up like they're going to go for the extra point for 1 point here. Sierra Bitterling in. She's also a wide receiver. Kick on the way. Line driver, and it is good. So with 13-16 left in the 4th quarter, still anybody's game. It is Everett 19 and Southern Oregon 10. We'll take a break here on STSPN.com. Welcome back. 13-16 left in the fourth quarter. It is now 19-10. Everett is leading Southern Oregon. A little bit closer after the touchdown. Livingston Rice to Heather Case on a 13-yard pass play. Extra point was good. And so now a 9-point game, a 2-possession game. Kickoff by Sierra Bitterling, and it's up to off one of the front men. And, boy, they need to hang on to it because Southern Oregon with the heavy pursuit on right there and several players falling on the football. I see for Everett finally ending up with it will be Amelia Carr, and they're going to have it at their own 44-yard line.
It went off Carr, and then her and a couple of teammates tried to hold on to it all the while with many Southern Oregon players bearing down on them. But I want to go back to the last possession. After the touchdown, makes it a 10-point game. Why not go for two, try to make it an 8-point game and a 1-possession game? Instead, Southern Oregon surprisingly kicked the extra point and still a 2-possession game.
Ball's at the 44, 1st and 10, 13-11 to go in the fourth quarter. Here on STSPN.com. Walsh will be in the shotgun, 2 wide on each side. Looking to the right. Pass is complete to Shania Holland. Holland with a good gain. Very close to the first down to the 46-yard line. Let's give her 10 on that passing play.
And they're going to give her the first down as
and
well.
The first.
Some real simple play there by Walsh. She saw that there's really no one over Holland, so as soon as she got the snap, she just pitched it out there to Holland, who did the rest, who was able to get just enough to move the sticks.
14 first downs for Everett and 11 for Southern Oregon. Ball will be at the 46-yard line. 12:45 to go in the fourth quarter.
And if you ever you want to be able to chew up clock, but you also don't want to get too passive either. So a good amount of aggression in the play calling is still warranted with the game this close.
Walsh now right behind center, backs in the eye. Handoff goes to Pelham. Pelham not going anywhere. She's going to take a loss of 2 yards.
It was Fagali from her defensive tackle position got into the backfield and was able to wrestle Pelham down for a tackle for loss. So big play by the Southern Oregon defense, who needs a quick stop to get the ball back.
Second down, 13 yards to go. Ball just inside the 49-yard line on the Southern Oregon side.
And she's back in the game. I'd like to see Cornish get the ball, too. She's probably been the best ball carrier for Everett.
Walsh again right behind center. Play fake. It's going to be Walsh holding on to it. She's got some running room, has a pass completion to Shania Holland. And Holland will go down at the 36-yard line. Well, that worked out well. A 13-yard passing play.
About a yard short of the first
Yeah,
down.
maybe about a yard short, just outside the 36-yard line.
Still 3rd and 1, not a bad down distance to have. Although something I saw from Holland when she had the ball, she's carrying it really loose out from her body. That could have been punched out for a fumble.
3rd and 1. You got to tuck that ball in, otherwise that's when the trouble starts.
Might see Cornish on a fullback dive here.
It's going to go to the tailback, and coming through with the ball is Pelham. Pelham gets through to the 25-yard line. She's definitely got the first down and picks up 12 on the play to the 25. 1st and 10, Everett with 10:51 to go in the fourth quarter.
Or give it to Pelham on a little misdirection play where Cornish goes one way, Pelham goes the other. Big hole open up by the offensive line. Also, I think some of the Southern Oregon defenders, they followed Cornish that time, went with her, leaving a lot of space for Pelham.
They go up to the 25-yard line. One wide out on each side in the I formation. Going nowhere will be Jamie Lawson, who gets her second carry of the game. Nicole Noyce putting the big stop on her in the backfield. Loss of 4 yards.
Looked like that was a dog blitz which is the term that you give for a middle linebacker when they blitz. Southern Oregon Noyes, she shot right in the backfield. She really timed that out well and made a big tackle for loss. And now, the second straight time where they've gotten a tackle for loss on first down. Can the Southern Oregon defense take advantage and get a stop?
Second down and 13 as the ball is marked now 14. They officially get that set at the 29-yard line. 9:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Walsh hanging on to the football. Finally, Shovel passes it, and I think it's going to be whistled dead. She was in the grass back there, out of the tackle box. Big, huge loss that time as they had the ball at the 29-yard line, and she went way back out there.
Heavy pressure from Walker, who's probably should get credit for the sack there.
15-yard loss.
And they're going to say that Walsh was in the grass. Give Walsh some credit for trying to keep the play alive, but she just couldn't get the ball out in time.
Third and about a mile to go, so they need to get down to the 20 or the 16-yard line from the 44. So that's 29 as they mark it now, or thereabouts.
Or she needs to get to Marysville, whatever.
Yeah, literally go to Marysville
to
get this first down. Here come the Everett Rain, 3rd and 29 from their 44-yard line of Southern Oregon. Pelham gets no, it's not Pelham, it's Forrest Larson gets the call, and boy, does she get stacked up and pushed back too. All the way over on the other side, unless forward progress keeps her at the 48-yard line, but still ugly. Not
a good down and first down sequence there for Everett. They went backwards on every play. That time it was Coretta Salafau from the other defensive tackle getting penetration in the backfield, making the tackle for loss.
That's a 4-yard loss. Moves it back to the 48-yard line. 4th down and 33 now. I guess you just say, what the heck, let's go for it. Why not? I mean, you got the lead, and if you punt, are they going to punt? They are going to finally decide. Okay, they're going to keep her back there.
And hopefully they can make Southern Oregon go the long way.
Amelia Carr, good punt. And that is in and out of the hands of Devin Walker. Walker chasing it down, and now at the 16-yard line gets her hands on the football.
I think Fernandez actually ended up.
Oh, she ended up, yes, Fernandez ended up with it as Walker had it come out of her hands, so Fernandez will have it.
Walker tried the over-the-shoulder catch on a punt, which is not something that you want to see a punt returner ever try to do.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
At that point, just say let it go.
7:40 left in the fourth quarter. Ball's at the 16-yard line.
And again, because this is a two-possession game, because Southern Oregon did not attempt a two-point conversion after that last touchdown, they need to score quickly to give themselves time to either kick it deep and get a defensive stop, or if they have to, onside kick it.
Let's see what Southern Oregon has in mind right here. At quarterback, going the distance, Brittany Livingston-Rice. Ball marked at the 16-yard line. One wide on each side. Livingston-Rice looking to the air. Goes across the middle, nearly picked off. That was Amelia Carr.
They tried to go to the well again with Case running up the seam. This time didn't work out so well. Amelia Carr read it this time and was able to get her hands on it, and she's kicking herself for not coming down with that interception.
Well, Everett has just done a great job of being so close around the ball. They have 2 official interceptions, 1 forced fumble off a near interception, and that was almost a pick.
And also makes you wonder
and plus that one down on the other end that would have been 5, actually.
And it makes you wonder if Rice is doing too much staring down their receivers.
Almost picked off there. Reaching through that time was Nia Thomas. Good coverage. Tight on Fernandez, the intended receiver.
Thomas only reached up with one hand to bat that ball down. If she'd gone with 2 hands, she might have had a pick.
Might have had a pick, and it could have been a pick 6, too, because there was daylight right in front of her.
All she would have to do is break a tackle from Fernandez. And someone from the peanut gallery reminded her of that, too.
Yeah. 7:31 left, fourth quarter. Everett leading 19-10 over Southern Oregon.
Again, watch Case up the seam.
Livingston-Rice looking to go right. And it's incomplete, intended for Devin Walker.
Yeah, that would have been enough for a first down, too. And Walker held on, but instead of catching it with her hand, she let it get into her body and bounced off her the chest plate of the shoulder pads onto the turf.
Still, it only just took 5 seconds off the clock, but they've got a ways to go. You now have 4th down and 10.
And think they are going to go for it.
They say, what the heck? And sometimes, it's not like the situation Everett had a short while ago where they were at 4th and 33 and they ended up going with the punt.
And their defense played well their last possession, so they could punt and trust their defense to get another stop.
Pressure on. Livingston Rice working out of it, goes to the right side, passes incomplete.
And Rice took a shot right after she let go of the ball. She's pleading for roughing the passer, but to no avail. The ref said the hit was legal, so Southern Oregon will turn it over on downs.
Well, that's going to give Everett great field position here. They can take some time and work on getting it into the end zone and try to cinch this one up with 7:19 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they can really put this game away if they can get a score and also eat up a couple, 2-3 minutes off the clock while doing it.
Everett will begin this drive at the 16-yard line of the Lady Renegades. Marching up with full confidence again at quarterback Michelle Walsh in her third year with Everett out of Minot State University. Takes the snap, gives it to Pelham. Pelham cuts and gets nice help from her teammates right there going inside the 10-yard line. Helping her out was Ashley Owen and also Shania Holland.
That was a group effort on that run. Pelham got about the first
really
three
was.
on her own, and her teammates helped her with the rest. Cornice also at fullback. She wasn't a great block, but she did just enough on the outside linebacker to get in the way and open up a crease for Pelham to get through.
Officially, Pelham gets 5 yards carrying the football to the 11-yard line. 6:40 left in the fourth quarter. And Everett using all that clock in the huddle. They'll come up once again.
Take your time. Use up as much of the play clock as you can.
At the far hash mark as they go from our left to right, south to north. Fake to Pelham. Walsh going to the air, and she's got the pass. Touchdown right there going to Amelia Carr, and Everett scores once again. That was a good-looking play on the play fake, and then Carr gets the pass.
You know it was a good fake when the whole defense bites on it. Carr was able to get behind her defender, Fernandez, and there was no one within about 5 yards of Carr when she caught that pass. Excellent play call at the right time by Coach Russo for the Everett Rain.
Now the extra point attempt coming up. Carr will just go ahead and give that a try after making the catch for the touchdown with 6:19 left in the fourth quarter. Holding is Michelle Walsh. High snap, kick on the way. Looks like she got plenty of leg on it. It is good. So with 6:19 left to go in the fourth quarter, the Everett Rain leading 26-10 over the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades here on STSPN.com.
Sports Physical Therapy is proud to be the official physical therapist and athletic trainers for the Everett Rain. Their team of experts specializes in physical therapy, hand therapy, massage therapy, athletic training, functional fitness, and more. With clinics in Everett, Bellevue, and Kirkland, SPT has the experience and knowledge to help athletes of all ages perform at their highest potential. Call them today to schedule a complimentary injury assessment at 425-252-3908 or visit them at sportsptcenters.com.
We are live here at Everett Memorial Stadium. Everett Rain lead 26-10. 6:19 left to go in the fourth quarter. Now back to a 3-possession game, Luke, or at least 2 if you try for the extra point, 2 extra point attempts.
2-point conversions.
2-point conversions, yeah.
Which if Southern Oregon does score a touchdown, and they have to go for 2 at this point.
Kickoff. Amelia Carr. Taken at the 25-yard line.
Fernandez.
And Fernandez is going to bust it over to the 40. And strong arming out there. Finally gets a little running room to the 45-yard line.
Try a little bit of the outside containment for Everett on this side. Got a little sucked in. Allowed Fernandez to get to the outside. Just couldn't quite turn the corner to get a big return out of it.
So that'll make Southern Oregon setting up at the 45-yard line. So, yeah. Take a lot. 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions would be what it would take at this point. And, of course, Everett fired up trying to get their second victory in a row after defeating Tacoma last week 31-14 down there. Tacoma will be back here next Saturday. We'll have the game on STSPN.com starting at 6 o'clock.
And if you're a pass rusher for Everett, this is really the time where you can just pin your ears back and get after the quarterback, because you know they have to throw, and they're missing a wide receiver.
Yeah, they don't have anybody over on the left side.
Oh, they do.
They put her over now. She goes in motion. Devin Walker catches it at the 40-yard line and then goes down at the 38.
That's been the route Walker's had a lot of success on, just a post route right between the two safeties for Everett.
17-yard gain, first down for Southern Oregon. .554, though. That's what's left in the clock here in the fourth quarter. That's the thing.
That clock right now is Everett's biggest ally.
It certainly is, as Livingston Rice will take the snap. Oh, nearly intercepted once again by Noor Al-Tamimi.
They tried to run that route to Walker again, and this time Al-Tamimi said, no way, not
There's
this
been
time.
3 that they almost intercepted, and they have intercepted 2.
And then there was the almost interception, but ended up being a forced fumble.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been fantastic defensively. So there have been 2 pass interceptions by Everett, plus the 1 fumble. So 3 turnovers for Southern Oregon. Everett has not turned the ball over in this game.
Which that is so huge for them. If they can take care of the ball, it's great things to come.
Ball between the hash marks on 2nd down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Handoff goes to Amanda Brewster. Brewster couldn't turn the corner, brought down on the tackle by Britt Burns out of Antioch University. And that is at the 35, I believe she got. No, 37 is where she got. She just picked up a yard.
Good job there by Burns, showing some good range from her inside linebacker position, scraping down, getting Brewster for a minimal gain. And because Brewster couldn't get out of bounds and the clock's running, that's just good news for Everett.
3rd down, 9 yards to go. 5 minutes exactly left here in the fourth quarter. From the shotgun. And that is a pass completion to Heather Case. No, she didn't hold on to it.
Saying incomplete. And
Yeah, incomplete.
But Carr is the one who came down, had the ball, but they're saying the ball hit the ground before
Oh, wow.
she could secure the catch. And again, I think Rice is staring down her receivers because she was looking at Case the whole way, and which explains
she was casing her, wasn't she?
Yeah, which explains why if she's staring down the receivers, that's a good explanation for why a lot of the Everett defenders have gotten a lot of breaks on the ball and either made interceptions or come very close.
4:41 left to go in the fourth quarter. 4th and 9 as the ball is at the 42-yard line. I mean, the 37-yard line. Livingston Rice goes to the air again, and too high this time off the arm of Amelia Carr. And the intended receiver again was Heather Case.
Well, big stop for
Turns
Everett.
it down over on downs, and that is a big stop for Everett. That's going to give it back to the Everett Rain with the lead of 16 points and 4:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Looks like they are definitely on their way to their first home victory of the season.
And if they can get a few first downs, they can run out the clock, and it's ball game.
Ball at the near hash mark as they go from south to north, left to right on their black uniforms. Walsh with the fake. Goes to the air. Open receiver. That's Amelia Carr across midfield. Big play right there. Boy, did that work out well. Down to the 37-yard line.
Fernandez, the corner on that side, she had her eyes in the backfield the whole time, so she bit on the fake and allowed Carr to get right well behind her. Carr was wide open.
Let's give her 28 on that passing play. Down to the 37-yard line. And first downs for Everett. That is now up to 17. What do we have for Southern Oregon there, Luke?
12. They have 12.
Well, definitely a very balanced game for Everett. Got to be one of their best games. Well, the last game, too. We didn't get to see that one, but it got to be one of their best games of the year.
Yeah.
Getting the handoff will be Pelham. Pelham not going anywhere. Going to be brought down at the 39-yard line.
Good job by the Southern Oregon front four, stacking Pelham up for a loss of about 2. But again, after that, the first down that they got to open the possession and flipping the field, even if they can get a stop here, and if Everett punts, it's going to force a long drive for the Southern Oregon offense against a defense that's been very stingy all day.
2nd down and 12, ball at the 39-yard line. 3:20 to go in the fourth quarter. No score at the end of the first quarter of this game. Then Everett took a 13-3 lead into the locker room at halftime, led 19-3 at the end of the third quarter. They go to Cornice this time, and who will bring it up to the 40-yard line. Not, I should say, goes back actually a yard.
Yeah, it looked like it was Falagi who got in the backfield again, and really she just kind of grabbed hold of Cornice's jersey with one hand, just would not let go. Allowed her teammates to show up and finish Cornice off.
Makes it 3rd and 13 from the 40.
But even with the amount of time left, though, it might be a little too late for Southern Oregon.
Oh, definitely. Everett comes up to the line. Walsh at quarterback, going the distance tonight, doing a great job out there. Hands off to Pelham. Pelham's going to go to the 40, to the 35, and then goes down inside the 35-yard line at the 33, gain of 7 yards. Clock still ticking, coming up on 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter and what looks to be the ball game.
Nice run by Pelham. Even though it doesn't get the first down, it puts them in a position where they could go for it if they wanted to. She followed behind a great lead block by Cornice, who flattened the outside linebacker who she led up on. Great physical play by the Everett offense.
Brings up 4th and 6th, and again, they got plenty of time to work with right here, and we'll see what they decide. I imagine they just go for it and just
try to keep
do whatever they can, keep the ball. Minute 30 to go in the fourth quarter. Oh, movement up front. That's been the kind of night it's been for the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades.
A lot of penalties.
It's going to be a long trip back to Medford. What was that, about 6
Good
hours?
ball. Encroachment on the defense. We're still going to have 4th down.
That'll be the 10th penalty in the game. Make that 9th penalty in the game for 50 yards.
Yeah, if you're going to make a long road trip, you want to at least win. You don't want to have that long drive back after a loss. And it's at least 6 hours if you have minimal stops on the way.
Yeah, minimal. Clock going again. They're at the 28-yard line. 4th and 1 now. That makes it a lot sweeter and a no-brainer for sure for Everett. They just want to wrap this up and celebrate. Creeping right ahead with the keeper is Michelle Walsh. Walsh has got the first down. Just another tally for Everett.
And at this point, if Everett wants to, they can call every head coach's favorite play victory set.
Yeah. Go to the V set and let's wrap this baby up. Ball's at the 24-yard line, 48 seconds and counting on the clock. And for those who came out tonight, especially, I don't know how many made the trip up to travel with the Southern Oregon Renegades Lady Renegades out of Medford, but for the Everett fans, well, I tell you, treated to a nice game out here tonight. Again, such a contrast from what we saw a month ago on the 30th of April. You get those players back and just all on the same page. That worked out really well. But we do want to say hi to the Oregon fans down there in Medford if they are watching. And your team gave it a strong effort, but Everett's getting the upper hand on this one as they'll finish the season series at a win apiece. 26-10, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1 second, and that'll be the end of the game. The Everett Rain with a 26-10 victory over the Southern Oregon Renegades here at Everett Memorial Stadium in Everett, Washington. With the victory, Everett improves to 2-5. With the loss, Southern Oregon actually closes out at 2-6 in the regular season. And so they wrap up here tonight. And Luke, some comments, and we'll get some stats added up and then wrap it up real quick.
From the season opener, which I saw, to now, a lot of improvement, and obviously getting some players back healthy, that has helped as well. They're a lot more like the team that they wanted to be, or they thought they would be. And it goes to show, if you can win the turnover battle, which has been an issue for Everett during the season, but they win the turnover battle, they can win ball games. And hopefully they can take this confidence and take it into next week when they play Tacoma again.
Yeah, absolutely. They got the victory 31-14 over Tacoma last week, and they'll face them again right here at 6 o'clock. You'll be here for the color on that right here at Everett Memorial Stadium as they close out the regular season, and a chance to win 3 in a row makes it real nice. We'll see again. No score at the end of the first, and then Everett coming through with a couple of big touchdowns in that second quarter. Casey Cornist with a 16-yard run. The extra point was no good. And then after the interception by Forrest Larson, it was Michelle Walsh scoring on a 5-yard run. Extra point was good by Amelia Carr. Made it 13-3. That was after Southern Oregon had got a field goal. And not bad. We should give them some credit on that, too. 23-yard field goal by Amanda Brewster with 12:35 left in the second quarter. So Everett led at halftime 13-3. And then they were able to score 2 touchdowns here in the fourth, or one in the third quarter, one in the fourth quarter, and getting the job done to win it by a score of 26-10.
And I think a big moment in the game was that goal line stand at the beginning of the second quarter, holding Southern Oregon to a field goal instead of a touchdown. Just the missed opportunities in the red zone can often come back and haunt a team, and I think it did Southern Oregon, because instead of it's just a different game if they get a touchdown there instead of settling for a field goal.
Yeah, well, thank you for your help on this again. And I don't know if Debbie can get us some numbers, but let's just take a look at those some of those numbers you had real quick there, Luke, as we get those handed up to us here.
18 first downs for Everett to 12 for Southern Oregon. Everett was 3 out of 10 on third down conversions, 1 out of 3 on fourth down. Southern Oregon was 2 out of 11 on third down, 3 out of 5 on fourth down. So Everett defense really did a good job today getting off the field on third down.
Yeah, they did. And again, the final score was 26-10, and actually we don't need all those completely finalized, as we can get just some numbers here real quickly. It was for the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades. They had a good passing performance by Brittany Livingston-Rice, as she actually had 141 yards. I want to give her credit, 10 for 22. And Devin Walker was her favorite receiver with 5 receptions for 72 yards. Also in rushing, it was Komiti Fagawi with 26 yards on 6 carries. Over on the other side of the coin for the Everett Rain, 13 carries and 46 yards for Nikki Pelham. Michelle Walsh picked it up in her passing in the second half, 6 for 9, 78 yards. And they had 188 total yards. That was the Everett Rain, and 110 on the ground, 78 in the air. And so actually they got the job done all the way around, on the ground, in the air, and defensively, and they come up with a victory 26-10 here at Everett Memorial Stadium. Once again, Luke, thank you. Thanks to Todd Elvig. And Luke, we'll be talking again here in a few months for the fall football, too, coming up. Debbie Larson, thanks for statistics. Also, Brandon, thank you for your help on the technical side. I'm Mark Aucutt. Wishing everyone a pleasant rest of the evening. Again, the final score from Everett Memorial Stadium, the Everett Rain 26 and the Southern Oregon Lady Renegades 10. Take care, everybody, and have a great night.